showtime, a-holes! Screw you, spaceship!
What's happening, guys? This is my review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So in this review, the first half will be non-spoiler, and the last half will be spoiler. So make sure that you pay attention when I say, okay, we're going into spoilers, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy. So I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Sunday night. I absolutely loved it. I have to say that this movie is a lot better than the first one. I know that some people are saying that the first one is better, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Like, I really like it, and I think that the movie is a lot better than the first one, personally. So in my reviews, I don't really like to give away a lot of the plot, because I feel like in even non-spoiler reviews, people just end up saying a spoiler anyway, even if they don't intend to. And I find that with a lot of reviews these days. So I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot, but I will tell you the general basics in my non-spoiler review. So basically in this movie, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy are back. It's been about a few months since the first movie. They're definitely a lot closer to each other and have built those bonds with each other. Of course, nothing without some controversy. So first I'll say that the acting in this movie is amazing. Volume 2 is mainly focused on developing these characters. We all know that Kurt Russell is in this movie, who plays Star-Lord's dad. Now, that's not a spoiler because it was announced by Marvel that he was going to be playing Star-Lord's dad. And right off the bat, I'd have to say that Kurt Russell is amazing in this movie. He absolutely steals the show, and it's just nice seeing him in this movie, considering that I really liked him in The Thing. So this movie is a lot darker than the first one, and I think that in a lot of sequels like Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future, these type of sequels are always seem to be a lot darker. Well, this one is the same way. And it's no longer about the introductions, it's about the character development. And what are the next steps for these characters? I will say that there's a lot of character development with all of them. Some smaller than others, but I will say that by the end of this movie, you'll be feeling for all of these characters. So overall, I think that this film really hits it out of the park for Marvel. It's definitely an amazing kickoff for the Marvel Cinematic Universe this year. We got Spider-Man, we got Thor. So my overall score for this film will be an 8.5 out of 10. Make sure you check out my written review, which I will post on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. So now we're going into spoilers. So spoiler alert.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So one thing I definitely didn't see coming. Kurt Russell as that planet, that living planet character. Now, I don't know a lot about the Guardians of the Galaxy history, but it definitely took me by surprise, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Now, I thought they could have used a little bit more of that planet. They had a face in the planet, but I thought they could have used a little bit more of that. Maybe a little more intimidating, seeing that big face on the planet. But other than that, I love the character. I thought Kurt Russell was great, and there were so many twists and turns in this movie. I really liked what they did with turning Star-Lord's father into the villain. The other characters in this film, some got a little bit more attention than others, but I will say that Gamora and her sister, I thought, was one of the highlights of this film. And, it reminded everybody of their rivalry, that they didn't like each other, and they're always competing with each other. But in the end, they just, they wanted a sister. And, it was clear that they did love each other. And just the fact that they made up at the end was really something special, and I really, that was really heartfelt for me. Like I said, you really will start to feel for some of these characters, and I thought that having them reunite and put their differences aside was really great character development for both those characters, and I thought it really added a lot to the movie. Rocket Raccoon, he was always the asshole of the group. One thing that it made clear is that he's a hurt character. He's had a difficult past. He's very cynical. He's very cynical. He doesn't trust anybody, and he's always expecting the worst because that's usually what happens to him. And I thought that his character, certain elements of the story really made you feel for Rocket, and that's one thing that I hope they go forward with, is that he finally, even though that he appreciates his friends, even though he says he doesn't, that in the third film have those feelings resolved. So then we had Baby Groot, who was part of the comic relief of the film. I thought he was really good in it. He provided a lot of the laughs in the movie. The other character is Drax, and I have to say that I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't have a little bit more action scenes in this movie, but although he did have one in the beginning of the film, in the credit scene, I felt there wasn't a whole lot of character development with him, other than maybe a little bit with that empath alien. But other than that, I felt there really wasn't a whole lot to his character, and maybe we'll see some more in the third movie. But then again, you have all these characters in it, and I guess you can't give attention to all of them. So somebody's always going to get left out, unfortunately. But hopefully we see more in the next film. So like I said, I'm giving this film an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first film. A hit for Marvel this year, and hopefully it's a great start to the year for Marvel. So if you like this review, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you check out some more of my videos. Keep it locked on the Andrew K channel.
You feel love?
Yeah, I feel a general unselfish love for just about everybody.
No, sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her.
No.
See, you just told everyone your deepest, darkest secret.
Dude, come on. I think you're overreacting a little.